So we'll see. We'll see. The featherweight division is getting real hot, Rick. Bruce Carrington lit the world on fire with that knockout of Carlos Castro. Well, what
That's another thing. Let's talk about Bruce. I love the guy. Great
yeah,
personality. I love his enthusiasm. He's another Angelo Leo in the same weight class. Can punch. Got a great personality. He's got a nice charm to him. It's charisma, I guess you call it. And a woman you call it charm, and a guy you call it for charisma.
charisma, yeah.
Charisma. But and they could both punch. And I was very, very, very impressed with Carrington the other night.
Yeah, because Carlos Castro, he's never gotten over the hump in the big fights, but nobody's ever put him out on his back like that. That was
He caught him with a good 4 piece. Believe me, that was a tremendous 4 piece.
what do you think about Shu Shu against the other champions, Rick?
Well, let's say that Inoue was to move up to 26. That's the fight the world would want to see. Between his personality, being an American undefeated world champion, I don't see him as a step on Fulton. I see him as a real fighter.
So
A
you
real,
you think he's more of a threat to Inoue than Stephen Fulton was?
because he can punch.
Mm-hmm. Because I remember when I asked you about that fight a couple of years ago, you were like, Stephen Fulton has no chance in hell, and he didn't. He didn't.
I'm always right. What the fuck? What's everyone gonna realize in this?
Yeah, no, he's definitely injected a lot of life into the division. Is there a particular matchup for Shushu you want to see more than the others at featherweight?
Him and that Espinoza, the Rafael Espinoza would be a great fight. Him and Angelo Leo would be great. They're all real good fights.
Yeah, because the
My
featherweight
wife,
division,
my wife has a great line. Rick, I know how smart you are because I have to listen to you every day. But he says the world must be pretty stupid if they're not paying attention to you.
yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, a lot of people complain to me all the time about the featherweight division not unifying. So hopefully we get some of those fights done this year.
I agree.
Yeah. Does Shushu remind you of any fighters from the past?
Not really. Just a
No.
very unique guy. His personality, you can't wait. He's one of those kind of fighters you can't wait till he starts talking after the fight's over.
That's very true. Because you don't
Most
know.
of most of you want to plug your ears. I'm waiting to hear what he's got to say. I turn off the cell phone. I put it on mute. The sound off. Yeah, the sound the ringer off. I turn the TV up. I tell my wife, "Shh, I'm listening." Right? Because he just has got this great personality. He talks intelligently, and he's not looking at the ground. Just he's got his shit together. Best way to put it.
Yeah, I agree. Rick, did you see the whole thing that happened when Tiger Johnson got jumped by Devin Haney's team? And if you did, what do you think about that?
Um, Very ugly. Um, there's no reason to have some big lug bodyguard around you. It's ridiculous. Um, I think it's ridiculous. I think it's classless, and Tiger Johnson deserves better than that.
Yeah, I think
That's
they got to fight next.
You haven't asked me about Jarrell Miller's toupee.
Oh yeah, well, there you go. What about Jimmy Miller's toupee?
That was the funniest thing I ever saw in boxing. The Mike Tyson thing when he bit the ears wasn't funny. You were just so startled it happened, right? This
Yeah,
was this. It looked like a lid coming off, like the can opening up. It was like, what the hell? It was funny. You got to admit.
no, it was. What's even crazier is as great a performance as Shakur Stevenson had. I feel like that was the thing that made the most noise outside of boxing because you got Jarrell Miller going on Jimmy Kimmel now.
And he was on every show, the Breakfast Club. He was on this show and this video, national news. Everybody showed it. It was great. It was. It's a funny thing. They never show anything good about boxing on like ESPN Sports Center and all these shows. But when something fucked up happens, that makes boxing look like a clown show.
Yeah, everyone,
That was,
everyone.
I got to tell you, that was very funny.
Yeah, definitely like one of those random moments that only boxing could produce. Like, even like
Yeah, yeah, and I like Jarrell Miller. I know he's got his pros and cons, and a lot of people don't like him because of the drug, the PEDs. But I like him. He's got a good personality. He's fun to be around. I was with him at the Pro Box show. You were there that night,
Mhm.
and I didn't see you, but you were there hiding from me. You don't owe me any money, so you
I
didn't
was
have to
sick.
hide.
I was actually sick.
Oh, you were?
I was sick.
Oh,
Yeah, I shouldn't even have been there, but I was at the top.
okay. Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, Jarrell sat right next to my wife and I. And I told her, kidding her, I said, guard your purse. He just got out of prison.
Yeah, I like Jarrell too, man. I had a
You didn't just get out of prison. I was just kidding her.
no, I know. But yeah, no, he's got a great personality. I remember interviewing him 10 years ago at the Heavyweight Factory. Always fun to talk to.
Good guy.
Yeah. Well, Rick, staying in the heavyweight division, what do you think about Deontay Wilder and Derek Chisora? It's a interesting event. Wilder's still going
Well,
about
I
Fury.
think it's a guy who on one side of the aisle is one side of the pond is the Brits adore Chisora. And they want to see Wilder over there. Wilder got knocked out twice by Fury, and they want to go over there and see him, and they want to come over. And it's going to be a big fight. It's going to be a very big fight, believe it or not. I mean, a shot. One guy's in his early 40s, I believe, and one guy's in his late 30s, right?
Yeah.
And it's going to be a big fight. So it's got about 80 years between them, and it's going to be a big fight. And they're both shot. So it's going to be, it might be one of those George Foreman, Ron Lyle fights where both guys are knocked down multiple times, So,
Yeah. I'm excited about it. Sometimes a good old guy fight, two guys in the clubhouse.
yeah,
It's fun.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Wilder's still going on about the Tyson Fury.
Yeah, he's not allowed in the country because he cheated. Get the fuck out of here. Jesus, is that stupid? He's the guy's a clown. Seriously,
Yeah.
he disrupts my stomach.
Yeah, he sounds confident about it, though. He said, if you got sue me for defamation of character if you have a problem, he's begging him to get sued.
It wouldn't turn out well for Mr. Wilder, trust me.
All right. Oh, you know what, Rick? Oscar De La Hoya, he signed that deal with Swerve TV. What's the whole deal with that? Is Golden Boy actually going to have cards?
It's library content. It's not new. That's not live events.
No, I saw he said that, but I wanted to get your take on it because I know you're close to
It's
Oscar.
good. It's a good situation for him.
When he says library, like it's just you can go back and watch old Golden Boy fights. Is that what that is?
I don't know, but I know it's the content that they've acquired over here in their library, in their video library.
Okay, yeah. Because at first I was like, because I remember you were saying that Oscar is gonna get a deal with some LA-based TV network, and
That's not it.
that's not it. Okay, all right.
No, I said he could get one. Might stay with his own. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Rick, what are your thoughts? There's these three fighters. I never asked you about any of them, but what do you think about like guys like Yohan Elise Hernandez and Carmel Moten and Atif Overton as like emerging talents in the sport? What do you think about those guys?
Not much.
Not much at all. Are you familiar with them?
Of course I am.
Okay.
One's the Cuban, one's the Moten, Floyd's latest protege, and then the other guys with Marshall Kaufman. He's out of Philly. He's a left-handed light heavyweight. I know every fighter, bro. You
Okay.
can't. Now you might listen. You might stump me some guy from Japan, some obscure guy in Japan. Don't get me wrong, but you're not. As a general rule, you're not going to stump me.
I'm not trying to stump you. I'm just asking. I'm just making sure that that we're on the same page here.
Yeah, they're all right, all three, but they're not what they're cranked up to be.
Okay. Why not Atif Overton? Why do you think he's not what he's cranked up to be?
He's been dwelling in the minor leagues for fucking ever now. Look up on Backtrack. How long has he been a pro?
Yeah, let me see. Teeth.
Fucker's never been in a big in a step up fight yet.
He's only been pro. He turned pro in 2021.
Okay,
He fought,
and he's never stepped up.
He fought what's left of Von Alexander and knocked him out in 1 round.
Who, Vaughn?
Yeah, he fought Vaughn last December. Yeah.
You just said it. What's left of? That's not a step up fight.
I mean, for him, it was that was the best.
Hot Rod's a step up fight for him.
Do you think he could be Hot Rod?
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. That would show you if he's going anywhere or not.
I think he'd be Hot Rod.
The way he's going, you never find out.
Well, I like Atif. I think he's pretty good.
He may be eventually, but I mean, what are they waiting for?
I don't know. That's probably a Marshall Kaufman question. I gotta get